Hi everyone, I'm your host Cheryl Zhang, and today I'm actually going to be speaking about investing. So I'm going to start with this article. It's the US yield curve is deeply inverted, signaling more pain ahead. Oh. Well, the Federal Reserve continues trying to rein in prices with its aggressive tightening. Macro speculators are busy focusing on the yield curve, which is now signaling serious trouble ahead for the global economy. In fact, according to the recent yield curve inversion, for the second time in 3 months, a serious recession is most likely coming. Keep in mind that the US is already in technical recession, meaning back-to-back quarters of negative growth so far in 2022. Let me explain. For starters, what is a yield curve inversion? Putting it simple, it's when the yield curve begins sloping downwards. Shorter date yields are higher than longer dated yields, indicating that investors are expecting slower growth and deflation. This is the opposite of a healthy economy. When the curve slopes upwards, as longer dated yields are higher than shorter ones, this is because investors expect rising inflation and higher growth, thus wanting higher yields over long periods. Historically, inversion happens when central bank forces up short-term rates, such as the Fed hikes the discount rate. These higher rates tighten financial conditions, and in such a credit-fueled global economy, most often this leads to slower growth and a weaker demand. As debt costs increase, it diminishes marginal spending and borrowing, etc. Thus, speculators begin thinking ahead and see that such tightening are the seeds for future recession. So they start buying longer dated bonds, trying to lock in higher yields while they can before the central bank is forced to cut rates later, as they attempt to fight the recession they effectively created. In summary, yield inversion is when speculators call the Fed's bluff about expecting a healthy and growing economy and instead start betting on future economic downside. Now, why does the following the yield curve matter? Because an inverted yield curve has preceded the last 8 recessions with an average of 14-month lag. Meaning once the curve inverted, a recession hit roughly a year later. And this is why the most recent inversion is very troubling. To give you some context, back in early April of 2022, the 10-year versus 2-year spread inverted for the first time since 2019. And while it temporarily recovered, it's recently plunged back into inversion and at its deepest rate in over 20 years. Currently, the 10 versus 2-year spread is negative 0.22 basis points. This is even deeper than the 2006-2007 inversion, which preceded the 2008 global meltdown. But this shouldn't really come as a surprise, because over the last few months, there's been a wave of disappointing economic data appearing all around the world. For instance, the most recent JP Morgan Global Manufacturing Index showed further deterioration, such as business optimism hitting a 26-month low, global manufacturing in decline, and new orders contracting. And this is a serious dilemma, especially because the Fed plans to continue tightening. Just take a look at what Minneapolis Fed President Neil Kashkari recently told CBS. We're going to do everything we can to avoid a recession, but we are committed to bringing inflation down, and we are going to do whatever we need to do. To make matters worse, the economy's already in a technical recession, yet they continue tightening, compounding the downside. A big problem is that the Fed's focusing on inflation data, but inflation is a lagging indicator, meaning once inflation begins to fade lower, it's already far too late, and a deep recession is most already here. Hence, the following prices are due to sinking demand. This is why the US yield curve is so deeply inverted. Speculators believe that the Fed's created a potentially severe recession in its pursuit to lower prices, and will be forced to reverse course and ease aggressively at some point sooner than later to save the economy. But for now, it seems like things will only worsen from here. So in summary, the recent big curve inversion is indicating greater downside ahead. And if history means anything here, then the risk of a deeper recession may happen sooner than we realize. Since the 1980s, the global economy has become addicted to easy credit. Thus, even minor interest rates increases can ripple into serious problems. Yet the Fed continues tightening even as the dominoes are beginning to fall. At times like this, it's important to heed the famous yet little followed Austrian economist Ludwig von Mises. He said that easy money and credit expansion can bring about temporary booms, but most of it is fiction, and it will inevitably lead to a vicious bust. Time will tell. Stay tuned. For the current market, S&P 500 is coiling in the range of 4,180 to 4,070. If it's going to move up, next gap to fill is 4,300. That would be close to the 200-day moving average. If it comes down, it might break a new low to 3,000. For bond trade, TLT, when the deflation crash happens, TLT will go to 190. So there is value here, now at 119. Oil market is showing weakness. Recently dropped back to under 100. If it continues to drop as Fed does QT to tightening liquidity, it will be good for everyone. That's why we are having a risk on bear market rally in the short current market. In short, I believe inflation has peaked last month at 9.1%. We are currently in a disinflationary economy heading to deflationary epic crash. If you want to make extra money, you can start writing books, write about whatever ignites your passion. Oh. I've recently, in the last 4.5 years, I've published 40 books. I help my clients by helping them to write their books, and also I do editing and publishing services, so I can help you write a book if you are interested. And I do have some actually books to show you, so I will just show you really quick. Okay, I'm just going to show a couple of the books, okay? So this is actually one of my client, Teddy Eazzy, and this is Wicked Pussy Perfume. And it is his novel series that he's doing, and it's an erotic novel series. This is such a wonderful piece that he's created here, and I am so very proud of him. It's just incredible, right? So that is one of the pieces that my services do. So the editing and publishing. Here's another one. So Ignite the Passion, Co-Create Your Dreams. It's just another incredible piece by David Vine and Jema. And then here's another one. Tina, Freedom, 7 Steps to Thrive in Life and Business. Incredible author, Tina Kaddish. So if you want to become a writer, I do offer the service, like the coaching to become a writer, and then also the editing and the publishing services. And it will help you from the beginning of it all the way till the end. To help you with your author journey. It is an incredible thing to become an author. It is so much excitement when you do get your book in the mail for the first time. I still remember my first book, and my husband taking a picture of me, the excitement that I had, and I was just so proud of myself. So these are all my books. These ones are all my books right here. These ones are all my books. This whole list of books right here. These are all, and then these ones, I'm in this one, and these are my books, and this is one of my books. Born to Shine, and then the bio, and then the backing and everything. So it's just so easy to do, and it's an actual extra source of income for you. You can never have too many sources of income coming in. There's always investing and trading and all these different things that you can do that platform, but also becoming an author and being able to have your own piece to sell is an incredible experience, and it's an incredible opportunity for you. So yeah, this is my book. Oh, I have 40 books published in the last 4 years. I published 40 books. And then also I've helped multiple authors to become new authors too, in the last 2.5 years, I guess you would say. And so yeah, it's good. I am in all of the bookstores now. I'm in the biggest bookstore in the US. I'm in the Barnes & Noble bookstore right across the USA, and online on the Barnes & Noble bookstore online. And then I'm also in the Indigo bookstore in Canada wide. So all of the bookstores, and then online too. So I'm there too. So yeah, so we can also get you into the bookstores too. So that's another opportunity if you are interested in becoming a writer. I have my 40 books all across Amazon worldwide and clients worldwide too that I've helped. And also I have multiple books in the bookstores too. So pretty incredible. Speaking about it, it's kind of like I'm speaking about a dream, but it's actually, I'm living the dream. So now I'm actually living it. And to be able to walk out the house and like literally become like, have yourself a writer and know that you've already achieved like 40 books and then helping people, it's just an incredible feeling too. So it's just an incredible feeling. It's this photo, actually me on the beach, this is actually how I feel about being a writer. So this is actually the feeling that I have now that I am an author. When I do get into this, it's just, yeah, it's like I've already made it. So that's the feeling that you get when you are an author, published author. Literally, when it comes in the mail and you hold your book, it's your success is already yours, and also another income stream. So okay, my book signing was a success. It was last Saturday, and multiple people, they just came in and bought my books. I had neighbors coming in and people getting me to sign their book, and just a feeling to make my signature on their book and just to speak with them and to actually have their smile and everything and just feel the energy of how they felt that I was a writer. And it was just so cool that some people actually appreciate to speak to a writer and to get them to sign their book. And it was so much joy that it brought me just that day. And it was only 5 hours, a 5-hour event at the Indigo bookstore. And yeah, it's just incredible. I just don't even know, I can't even pronounce the words right now. There's no word to describe it actually in the dictionary, the words that you do get and the excitement that you do from being a writer. So it just comes right from the heart, and yeah, it's just so incredible. So yeah, have no fear and just step out, do the book signing, write the book, let it flow. And I have actually a quote that I'm going to read before I say goodbye. So you don't need to believe it to receive. So you don't need to believe in it to receive it. You just need to feel good about it and enjoy the process of it more than worrying about why it isn't there yet. So sometimes we just want to rush the process and rush everything and want it to be like instant, but it's a process. Everything is a process. So, and success and money is a process. I thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe and have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.